Hey everyone, welcome back to Lash Boss Radio. I'm Shelby, your host, and today I am joined by Valerie Nah from Fresno, California. You guys probably know her as Beauty Gal Val on Instagram. I know I have been seeing all of her reels everywhere, and I just had to bring her on the show because she's clearly doing something right, and she is definitely one to watch. So we're going to dive into her lash journey, so stick around and let's get started. So welcome to Lash Boss Radio, Val. I'm so happy you're here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So before we jump into all the good stuff, can you just share a little bit about what got you into lashes in the first place?
So I decided to go into the beauty industry because I had a really failed attempt at going to college, and I decided that was not where my heart was. And I wanted to do something that I was super passionate about. So I decided that I was going to find something that I was super passionate about, and that was beauty and helping other people. And I enrolled myself into esthetician school behind my parents' back. And I in school learned how to do lashes about 3 months in, and I realized that I really, really loved it, and I didn't hate it. I actually really, really had a lot of patience for it. And so from there, I just kind of took off, and I decided that that was what I wanted to fully dive into and really do full time.
So are you working by yourself right now?
Yes, I work by myself. I own a studio, but I do rent out the other rooms that I have here. So I'm not always alone, but I am like by myself all the time, I guess. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah. I saw that you just took a class with Lashbox LA.
I did.
What other courses have you taken in the industry so far?
I took a course recently for a styling and wispy class with a another lash artist. Her name is Reggie. She's super, super talented and does a lot of wispy sets, and I really wanted to learn how to do that.
Mhm.
So I took her class a couple months ago, and then currently I am. It's not technically a class, but it's technically more of like a seminar. I am taking Lash Makers. It's her seminar about lash money.
Yeah.
And right now I'm learning everything that has to do with the money aspect of this business.
I love that. I love Elena so much.
Yeah.
Good choices. I see that you're really active on social media. You actually were brought up in one of our episodes recently where we were just talking about reels, and so I mentioned your name because you're literally on my feed every single day. Um, and you're honestly just it just looks like you're so on top of it. I wanted to ask if you have a specific strategy for making your reels, if you set aside a certain amount of time each week, or what like your thought process is whenever you're creating.
So when it comes to reels, I started doing reels because I just love the idea of connecting with other people in my industry. And I didn't want to do that on TikTok because TikTok is actually kind of scary to me. And when reels came out, I liked how easy it was to create something on Instagram itself. I don't specifically have a Reels schedule. I do this thing called Reel Research, and basically what I do is through the Reels tab is I watch a bunch of different videos and I find all the sounds that I like. And about once or twice a week, I'll get ready because I don't look like this every day. I'll get ready and I will think of some of like scenarios that I think would be relatable to people in my industry and whatever relates to the sound that I'm using. And I'll make about 2 to 3 of them. And that's how I post throughout the week. But I think that you have to genuinely show that I don't know, I think that in your reels, you have to be genuine about them because I feel like your audience 100% notices that. I don't take way too long on one reel because I don't want to overthink it myself, especially like facial expressions and how you move and even just how you're acting in that reel. I think you just have to be super genuine about it. So I don't spend way too much time on it. I think I take it like once or twice and then that's it. I save it to
Wow.
drafts and I'll look at it later. But yeah, that's just, I don't really have a specific like timing, but when I do make them, I make 2 to 3 of them. And other than that, I just make sure that I hashtag all of the people that I want to reach. So like in my industry, so I hashtag lash artist and lash influencer and lash lashes, and that reaches all the people in the community. So
Amazing. Do you happen to know how much growth you've had since starting doing reels? Do you remember where you were at, or where your engagement was at?
yes, I was in the beginning. I think when I first posted a first reel that actually did very well, I think that I was only at like probably like 1,000 followers, 1,015, like 1,500 followers. And from there, I think I posted the first reel last year. And since then, we are now at like 21,000 followers, I think.
My God, that's amazing. Congrats.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
thanks.
Um,
It's crazy. It's crazy to see that. But I don't like to look at it because it makes me nervous.
have you gotten clients from it, you think?
Um, yes and no. I feel like a lot of my clients, when I ask them how they found me, I've only ever had a couple tell me that it was from Reels, and that they found me on their Explorer page.
Mm.
Most of the time, I feel like my Reels reach other lash artists. It doesn't reach really like specific clientele in my area. I feel like a lot of my clientele is a lot of word of mouth, and I think that comes from living in a smaller town.
Yeah.
So I think I don't really think that my reels have helped with that, but it does help reach other artists who are in the industry.
I think even when people probably search you and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this girl has like 20,000 followers. She must be really good." Like that must be helpful, you know?
Yeah.
But
I think
yeah.
so. And I think they take it as more credibility. And especially when when you show up on your Instagram, like that makes your clients trust you and they want to go to you more often because they see, like, oh, wow, she's really nice and her personality is nice. And I feel like I would vibe really well with her. So showing up on your Instagram is 100% like super important. Like your clients totally love that. They want to know, like, what you're doing, if you're taking trainings, like they want to see all that. So I always show up on there and talk to them. They love it.
Absolutely. Um, so you are also a really great lash artist yourself. What are
Thank
some of your
you.
yeah, what are some of your ideals for your lash artistry?
In my sets, I want to make sure that my clients walk out of here with lashes that I would put on myself. I never ever want to half ass a set because I wouldn't want to walk out with a set that way. I always make sure to take my time and to make sure that I'm actually giving that person my undivided attention for the full time that they're here. Um, I may always make sure that my room is at the right temperature, at the right humidity, because all of that plays a really good role in my retention. And my clients obviously appreciate that. So I think that, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like too that you try and focus on like styling a lot. That was one of the courses it sounded like you were taking, and then Lashbox is really great at styling too. So you must care a lot about like the artistry and everything behind mapping and all of that too.
Yeah. So I really think that there is a difference between a lash artist and a lash tech. Nothing
Yes,
against
I
anyone
always say
who calls
that.
himself a lash tech. What was that?
I said I always say that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with if you call yourself either or, but the thing is like lash artists, like they look at some like lashes as almost like a project. Like
Mhm.
it is art to you. And a lash tech really just puts on lashes, just puts it on, it is what it is. But with a lash artist, like you care about someone's eye shape and what would actually flatter them. And you take the time to sit there and actually map their lashes out and fix and tweak certain things so that way the lashes look amazing on that specific person because they are a canvas for your lashes. And a lash tech kind of really just puts on different sizes and tells you to go. So yes, I think that like styling is super, super important because one style isn't going to look great on everybody. And most of the time, some lash techs kind of just have like specific sets that they do all the time and they place that on everybody.
Mm.
And I think that that's amazing. And I don't think that that is right. And as a lash artist, you have the ability to be creative and fix different things and do certain styles that are going to work for your client. So
Yeah.
I think styling is super important.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to take a quick second to thank Gloss Genius for sponsoring today's episode. Made for salons and spas, Gloss Genius is the only business management and payments platform that makes it easy to grow revenue and enhance the client experience. From a beautiful online booking site to powerful marketing tools and low payment processing rates,
Gloss Genius empowers you to run your full salon in a stylish and smart way while feeling supported at every step. For 50% off for 2 months, go to glossgenius.com/signup and enter LashBoss422. Now back to the interview. Do you do a lot of mega volume? I see that you're wearing mega volume. So are a lot of your clients mega volume clients?
Actually, no. I do have a good amount of mega volume clients and volume clients, but a lot of my clients really love their hybrids. I think they just don't, they're kind of scared of the full look. But I do half and half pretty much. But mega volumes are definitely my favorite. That's why I decided to take the Lash Box training because they are so well known for their mega volumes. And I really wanted to master that.
Mhm.
My goal is to be a mega volume specialist one day. So hopefully we'll get there.
That's awesome. Do you have any advice for newer artists? You've only been in the industry a few years and you've come
Yeah.
so far already. Do you have any advice for somebody who's just starting out for how to achieve higher paying clientele or fill their books or become more confident on social media?
Yeah. So, number one, I think that the reason that I grew a lot was because there was a point in my career where I was focusing on other people. And the best advice I can give anybody is if you're starting out in this industry, you cannot compare yourself to the next. You can't compare yourself to an artist who's been doing this longer than you. Don't compare your sets. Don't compete with anybody else. Compete with yourself and grow yourself. Because the moment that I started to just focus on me and focus on growth and furthering my education and really sitting down and practicing my sets, that's when I really saw a lot of growth because all of the extra stuff is just going to get into your head and you're going to fully doubt yourself all the flipping time. So don't do that. Literally just focus on you and you will grow so much. Like when you cut out everything else and focus on you, it's flipping amazing.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. And I think also like setting aside time to practice,
Yes.
after taking courses and stuff is important too.
Yeah, so don't just take a course. Like, for example, I just took Flashbox screening and learned how to do the flower bouquet method. That method is flipping hard. It's
Yeah.
going to take a lot of time. And I think they told us like it's going to take you at least 100 hours of practice after this training for you to actually fully get it. And so when you take a training, make sure that you're not just going to put it on a shelf. Make sure that you take all of the information that you got from that training and apply it to when you go home and apply it to your clients. Practice it every single day because slashing is one of those things where like it's a skill. Anybody can do it, but the more that you do it, the better that you become. You
Mhm.
can't be any worse than you were yesterday if you keep practicing that skill. So always find the time to practice. And if you're sitting on your couch, practice. If you're literally just laying in your bed, literally find do lashes. I don't know. Practice at home all the time. Practice it anywhere.
Mhm. It's crazy how much time people don't think that they have that they really do. If they were to look at their screen time every day, it's like that was how many hours I could have spent doing something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
do think a
Seriously.
lot of our work whenever we're showcasing our work or, promoting ourselves, we do have to be on our phones. So some of it is work, but a lot of times we're just like mindlessly scrolling when we can be, practicing or working on our business or something.
Yeah, there's a difference between someone said this the other day. They were like, there's a difference between like working for your business and then working on your business. Like when you
Mhm.
come into work and you do lashes, like you're working for your business and you have to find that time to work on your business. So like making those reels and practicing stuff that you learned in your courses and just doing things that are going to better you and help you grow is you have to do those things. Like you have to give up just laying in your bed and scrolling through TikTok. Like you really have to just get up and do different things for your business.
Yeah.
And you'll see a lot of growth that way too.
Mhm. So, what is on the horizon for you? Do you have any goals for this coming year, or do you have any like long-term goals for yourself in this industry?
Yeah, so this year I took a vow to myself to really grow and to be an open mind. And so that's why I am taking a lot of trainings because I want to learn from other people. I really, really just want to learn a lot of the business side of what I'm doing and learn a lot more about how we can grow this besides just sitting behind the chair. My long term goal in life really is to have a product line, and I have sampled here and there. People always ask me if I'm going to do a product line. I have sampled here and there different products, just haven't found something that I really want to put my name on yet, or something that I really love. But that is definitely a goal. And my huge goal in life is to have a warehouse one day and to employ my entire family, and have my sisters work for me. And I just want to create financial freedom for my family that way, by doing something that I love, which is lashing. So
Wow, whenever you said that, I was like, I could totally see it. I really could. So it's
I want to do it, but it takes time.
yeah, this episode's gonna be on YouTube forever, and one day when you do it, you'll be able to look back at that clip and be like, make a TikTok out of it or whatever.
I know.
But
That's kind
yeah.
of let's go. That's so like yeah, we'll look at it one day. I'm
Ye
like embarrassed of it.
No, no, that's really cool. I could totally see that. Have you had any epiphanies in your lash journey so far? Something that's like made you into a better lash artist or better business owner?
Yeah, so I had one emotional epiphany in my career, and that was recently when someone asked me like what my favorite part about being in this industry was, and it was when I realized what I do every single day. So in high school, I had no friends. I was pretty bullied really badly. I don't talk about that part of my life because I think it's kind of like I don't really like to talk about it. But I read somewhere that whatever the universe throws at you that wants to break you and it doesn't want to help you grow, the universe takes that and it uses it later to help you grow on. And I realized that every single day when I was in high school, girls would treat me like shitty, and it wasn't a good experience. And now every single day I'm in an industry where I have to empower women every single day. And I have to show them love and help them feel beautiful every single day. And I think it's really crazy that I went through all that because all of that prepared me to not allow that to happen to anybody else. So that's why I love doing what I do.
Wow. Yeah, it's kind of like that feminine wound. You're healing that while you're a lash artist in this journey with a bunch of
Yeah,
women, both in our community and with like your clients and people that work with you too. How interesting.
I know.
Yeah.
So
Are you going to be at LashCon this year?
I have no idea if I want to go or not.
What?
Um,
You need to go.
I know. I really don't know what's going to go on in my personal life during that time. In November and December, my family really does a lot of things. Like we go
Oh,
to Mexico and do things as a family. So I don't really know. I don't want to plan for it ahead. I would love to go, but I also live like 3, 4 hours away from there. So I gotta see if I want, but I definitely in the future definitely want to go.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm sure a lot of people would be really excited to meet you in person. I would love to meet you in person. So yeah, if you find yourself there, I'll come say hi.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, maybe I'll let everybody know if I go. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for joining me today. For everyone watching or listening, where can they learn more about you or reach out?
You can find me on my Instagram. It's called Beauty Gal Val, L one word, Beauty Gal Val on Instagram. And you'll find all my reels. If you have any questions about anything, you can always send me a DM. I always answer those. So yeah.
Before I let you go, I just want to let you know that I am teaming up with Lashcast, Paul and Tessany, and we are going to be throwing a party in Vegas during IBS. So it's going to be on Saturday, June 25th from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Blanca Penthouse at the Sahara Hotel. I'm so excited to do this. There will be limited capacity though, so make sure to head to the link in the show notes to buy your ticket.